Well, hello, Landy.
Hello, Jeff. How are you, Jeff?
Hey, man. You know, just living and trying to live that normal life of a celebrity.
Yeah, but we ain't one.
Oh,
Remember, we're not the ones that got the trophy.
shit.
Kayla did.
We about got it, though.
We about got it. We tried to take it away from her.
Yeah, she's strong.
That's right.
Hey,
That girl's stout
That
now.
young lady's stout, bro.
Yeah. You think?
Pretty sure she right when we finally gave up, she was reaching into her hip pocket for that little
Looking
sticker.
looking for that knife.
She about to get shanked like prison style.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, good morning, everybody. What's up? Welcome back. Where you been?
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Sorry we've been gone for a couple of days. We had to go up there and see whether or not we had to go up there and confirm the fact that we didn't win. But we did confirm it.
Hey.
In style.
We won.
We did win.
And we won. And not only did we win, but everybody that we interviewed also won.
That's right.
Damn it.
That's right. We did have fun. We did the red carpet. We did the red
Hashtag
carpet.
winning.
Yeah.
We don't need no stinking trophy.
We got to interview a plethora of people
Yes.
for about an hour and a half.
Yes. And what, you know, I will tell you, and I'll be honest with you, and I will warn the folks for next year if they watch the show.
Right.
The moment got me this year. I was too straight lined.
I thought you did a real good job.
Well, next year
I thought you had a couple of questions to ask everybody, and I think you asked everybody the same couple of questions, basically.
yeah, because I mean, what else are you gonna ask?
But well, really and truly,
How's your mama and them?
each. Yo, sis, how's your brother doing? I hadn't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
I hear you on the voice all the time.
Right.
You know? But you know, each person has a different perspective of what how you feel.
Well, that's the glory of it. Yeah.
And this is the question that I'm going to ask.
We went from somebody who dropped a damn single at the end of January, at first time ever, to guys who walked away with 10 trophies on that night.
Yeah, Randy Rogers.
Yeah.
Randy, 10.
Yeah,
He did way more than 10.
Randy Rogers needed the damn U-Haul to take that stuff home.
Randy Rogers needed more table to put his trophies on.
Right, they gave him. I mean, next year. But what I was getting at is, what's going to happen? Y'all wait for it, because next year we're not going to be so taken aback by the moment.
Yeah. We gonna be prepared
because
next year.
Y'all didn't see it, and I don't know if the red carpet's going to be on the TV.
Yeah, probably
or
not.
on the show, but which we'll upload the show eventually. But I will tell you this: what you didn't see was about the 30th person. I think we started getting a little into the groove of things and shaking it up, and then
Then she cut us off.
Yeah, then we're about over.
Turn the microphones off.
About that. So hey, turn the microphone off on us.
That's right. But we had so much fun, folks.
They're great people.
It's so interesting, and I don't know how it is in the other music industries with people.
It ain't like
but
this.
these people here, it's like family. It's like, hey, where you been, man? Long time no see.
Yep.
Of course, we run into Annie. She had the hat on.
Oh, I know.
of
I
the
talked to her
evening.
yesterday a little bit. She messaged me and told us congratulations.
She had the hat on, and she had made a hat specifically for the show, and she was wearing that. It was so good to see her, and she had so much fun. She had so much fun talking to everybody. And
I'm gonna tell you how real these people are.
Yeah.
Annie being one, I asked her, "What the hell are you doing with that hat?" She goes, "I got drunk and made it." I mean, that is real.
Out of some parts around the house.
That is as real an answer as you're ever gonna get. What the hell's up with that hat? Got drunk and made it.
Yeah. Did good.
Bottle and a half of wine and some hot glue, dog. We here.
Yeah.
You know? I mean,
what was wild was I've stood behind her for probably 15 minutes.
I saw her floating around like most of the night.
And I didn't recognize her.
Y'all, this is a good friend of the show. We still talk off the show.
Yes.
She's an up and coming artist. She's a hell of a badass. She's one of the most realist peoples you ever going to meet? And we ignored her for 3/4 of the damn show. Or, well, not really 3/4, but 3/4 of the time before we had to go sit down and be official. You know, and because she had this funky ass hat on running around. And listen, we're at an event where funky outfits ain't nothing to that. I mean, they just happen.
That's the normal.
So a lot of times you're not going, whoa, look at that, you know, because you're like, oh, this person with a hat and antlers,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, then you have people walking around with more bling on them than a mirror.
Oh, good
At
gosh.
a mirror store.
Half them old ladies, if it didn't seem a little inappropriate, I was going to try to fix my hair in some of their shiny parts of their outfits.
Right.
What are you doing? You staring at
And then we had
staring at my chest. I'm not. I'm trying to fix my hair.
Yeah. Then we had a few of them out there in their pajamas. So,
No.
from one extreme to the other, I tell you what, the dress was unbelievable. It really was entertaining to watch everybody's outfits.
Yeah, and I got
guys and girls.
Uh-huh.
There was some guys out there with some
Hey,
pretty
bro,
strange.
I'm telling you, we sat there and we joked about our outfits, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I stressed about my outfit, before I picked it out.
Right.
I was like, oh, what am I gonna wear? What am I gonna wear? And we get there, and it really didn't matter.
No.
I could have worn
A t-shirt and jeans.
Dude,
felt
I
comfortable.
honestly want to be that guy. I want to wear a freaking NASCAR t-shirt, a sports jacket, and a ball cap
Yeah.
into an event.
Yeah.
Because I just don't want to give a shit. And that's awesome. I mean,
And it would have fit right in.
It would have. They'd have been like, is that a Dale? Is that a Dale Earnhardt 1996 Daytona 500 shirt?
Yep.
A son of a bitch!
Yeah. Check that out.
We got 5 seconds. All right, everybody. 8:20 in the a.m.
We're back.
Hey, did you miss us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they did.
Just keep reloading.
Nah, y'all-
Good morning to you. It's the Jeff and Landy Morning Show, being brought to you by Ballinger Home Health and Hospice. Now, look, maybe y'all don't know this or not, but you are listening to the newly minted take-home winners of second place.
That was good. That's a good save there.
Yeah, second.
We have no idea whether we were second place or not.
We were. Nope.
Whether we even placed.
When
but
old Dave Smith snuck off and,
Yeah.
and Tammy Millspaw got a little loosey-goosey with the paperwork,
Yeah.
I snuck over there and I looked at it, and we lost to Kayla Kay, out a big star out there in Snyder, Texas.
That's right.
We lost to her by 3/10 of a vote.
3/10 of a vote.
I bet you didn't know you can get votes like that into a fraction, did you?
A tenth?
Yep.
Man.
Yep. We lost to her just by the hair of
3/10.
my chinny chin chin.
3/10 of one. I'll tell you what. I will go ahead and
Which
fess
is not true, by the way. She kicked our butts.
Yeah,
but either
she
way.
That girl don't play.
Yeah, man, I tell you.
But I will say this: Kayla Kay is a wonderful, wonderful person to hang around.
Oh, she's fantastic. She totally deserves the
She
award.
deserves every bit of
know?
that award. She's that kind of person.
Out
and
of
everything
the-
else. But I'm telling you right now, both of us jumping on her trying to get that trophy didn't happen because that woman is bad.
Yeah, I tell you what, man. There may or may not be a picture floating around social media of two rednecks from this cotton patch of Ballinger, Texas, assaulting the winning DJ of the Small Market Personality of the Year and the T3R Awards.
I almost had it.
Maybe.
I almost had it, dude.
That girl got kung fu
I had
grip, man.
her in a chokehold, and Jeff was trying to pull a trophy away from
Yeah,
her.
I'm 290 pounds of a lot,
Yeah.
and I couldn't get it out of her hands.
I'm about 245,
Matter
and
of
I had a
fact-
chokehold in there, and I couldn't even bulldog
I
her.
seen her
man.
reach around her back,
Man.
and I thought she was going for her shiv.
Yeah.
So
We had to let go.
I'm about to get shanked.
Yeah, this
You
gal
know?
figured to put us on it.
No, we're. In case y'all didn't know, we had a heck of a time. The reason we've been off the air since Monday and Tuesday with our show is because we went up to Arlington, Texas, because we were honored to be nominated for the Small Market Personalities of the Year for the 3rd year in a row.
Right.
But then they stepped up their game this year.
Right.
They also had us emceeing the red carpet.
Yes.
And they also had us presenting an award for Event of the Year.
Yeah, they gave us a microphone twice.
Twice.
Dude.
So we did good enough during the red carpet.
Yeah.
They convinced them to give it to us a second time.
That's right.
Actually, apparently we were on the list the whole time.
Yeah, didn't know it.
I love it. Listen, there's about 4 people who run this whole thing.
That's right.
There's a room of about...
And they are stressed out.
There's a room about 1,200 people, let's just say.
Yeah.
And a lot of moving parts. You're talking video, audio, music acts.
God,
people getting the stage. Here's your envelope. Here's your award.
Right.
About 4 to 5 people.
Right.
Tammy Millspaw, Dylan Steen, these guys, Dave Smith. Tammy's husband, don't know his name.
The lady,
I missed his name.
The lady handing out the awards.
Well, just that.
I remember her from 2 years ago.
And they did so good with everything, because you got to understand, you're selling beer and wine and liquor.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. You're selling it for $5 a pop.
Right.
Which, listen, is not a lot. When
it's affordable.
Yeah, because the night before, we was paying like, what, $12?
$14.95 for a cold beer.
Nope. Anyway...
Just bought one.
Just bought the one.
Yeah, I was in. You ever heard of Sticker Shock?
Yeah, I was like, bro, this is an AM station. Yeah. I got $7. You know, I was joking at that the night before. Let's back up and start there, because night before was fantastic.
Yes.
The night before is our bread and butter. This is exactly what we would do as folks.
Right.
Because we ran into people who are up and comers.
Right.
A lot of the folks that are up and comers, this is where they come.
Right.
And they come hang out with us.
Right.
It was laid back. It was informal.
Right.
They were doing a song swap for the person who won the song swap based on fan voting would go on to the show the next night.
Right.
We get there. It's at the beautiful Tech. How about that complex?
Man, the Texas Live. You cannot imagine that venue. The architecture inside that venue is wonderful. They've got a big screen that's probably. What do you figure that screen is? 80 foot wide and 40 foot tall?
Yeah, I need that on my house.
Yeah, 80 feet wide and 40 feet tall. I'm talking about it went
a
up,
bunch of those.
It went up higher than the second floor in this place.
Yes.
And it's unbelievable. The people we met there were unbelievable.
Well, we ran through the list of folks that we see all the time, and we love them, and they're young, and they're hungry. And we spent the whole night just shaking hands.
And then we saw everybody that we know from the show here that have been on the radio show here.
Exactly.
And we laughed and cut up with all of them and had a big time.
Invited
with
the
those
other
guys.
ones out. We met the likes of like Cynthia Roush. She's been here with her husband, and then of course we had a State Line band.
Right.
They came out.
We saw Brandy there.
Brandy Balin was on the Future Faces show. She's a big fan, a big guest of this show a lot of times.
Yeah.
Also Will Carter.
Well, Will was out there hanging out, and his bodyguard.
His bodyguard, Bobby Tapia, were hanging out there. Right. And these are all stars in what they do, and they're so good at what they do. They love life, and it was fun for us to interact with them, just be part of it. So that was a great night. Beer was a little high.
Yeah.
Creed Fisher ended the show. And listen, I'm going to tell you something right now. All right? We live in a crazy world, and we discuss it. And we'll, unfortunately, talk about the crazy world tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things happening that we want to discuss, but today we're not going to. But we live in a crazy world. Creed Fisher, his music. Well, I mean, I swear, yes, Landy didn't. Him and Jacqueline took off and went for a midnight stroll in Dallas to go home, to go to the hotel.
We
walked about a mile.
Nearly 2 miles.
Right.
We walked nearly 2 miles
because
back to the
Landy
motel.
was doing the thing we always talk about. You respect the business's right to do whatever. Right? Mm-hmm. Uber said, you want to ride in our car, you got to wear a mask. Landy said, you know what? It's a beautiful night. I think me and my wife will walk.
Right.
And you did. And
did.
No skin off your hide, no skin off their hide.
That's right.
So that was a mature
They
moment.
won't even miss it.
But Creed Fisher's music, y'all, is that redneck, American patriotism,
ex-military.
Boy,
the dude served in the military, and he brings that to the stage.
Just get after
and
music.
He brings that attitude to the stage that this is our country.
Exactly.
It's our country.
And he ended the show at the Future Faces and just killed it.
Yep.
And then he opened the show at the show, the T3R Awards.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you, I thought Landy was in church, y'all.
Yeah, we
had the hand floating.
Come to Jesus.
He was, yeah.
Get you some.
He put his hand in the air, was feeling the patriotic spirit.
Yeah.
He's like, preach it.
That's right. Keep preaching, brother.
It was great. And that's how the night started, and it just in the official award show, and it just never stopped.
That's
It was
right.
just
And then
fantastic.
they did open the show with that big song and did everything, and then the lady came up there and sang the national anthem. And
Oh, Kendall, it was a Kendall Beard.
yeah, Kendall Beard came
Kendall
up
Beard
and
did her
sang
thing.
the national anthem.
Well, yeah, she kicked it off officially, and then
And then it was on after that.
it was, and they did a fantastic job. So big shout out to and a big thank you to Tammy Millspaw and Dave Smith,
You bet.
especially
You bet.
because they thought of us,
Right.
and enough of us, and were brave enough.
They felt sorry for us.
They felt sorry because we keep getting beat.
Yeah, these guys keep getting beat, but they keep coming back.
That's right. And how many
when-
times you get hit up? It's how many times you get hit. It's how many times you get up.
That's right. That's right.
But we were excited, and heck, we're already signed on for next year.
Yep.
But
They told us they wanted us back.
they suckers. Because
But we still got to get up. We still got to get into the finals so we can come back.
yeah, so we're gonna need everybody's help. We're gonna have to push this thing out this year. We say it every year. We need to win this thing. We need to win this thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
so y'all
I'm tired
get
of getting
prepared.
beat. Kayla's got it 2 out of the 3 years.
Yeah.
That's enough.
That's
All
right.
be
We done
done with it.
had enough of that broad
We're
kicking our
letting-
tail.
We're letting Battle
We tried
Texas.
to take her out back, but couldn't get her out of the building.
No, she's
Man,
pretty tough.
She's bad.
When she anchored down on us, she wasn't going nowhere.
Then her
Well,
daughter was over there laughing at us.
Yeah, exactly. Filming it like it
Yeah,
was something
filming,
funny.
yeah.
We were serious.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was a great time, and obviously we lived for a bit of it. And then they gave us some mics. They put us on the red carpet.
Yes.
And fortunately enough for them at this point in time, we have not had any alcohol.
Right.
Or
At all.
maybe more fortunate for me and then them.
Right.
That we had not, because it was a different experience, man. It was so fun, but I wanted to do right by those people.
Right. We wanted to do what they wanted us to do. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? We wanted to be an employee of theirs for a while.
Right.
And we wanted everybody to have an opportunity on the red carpet to bring, their experience. What do you feel like, right now?
Right. And so during the process of all this, I feel like we're asking the same question. Next year we're having 3 mics. We're gonna hand a mic off to the guy next time, because I was horrible about that, passing it back and forth.
Yeah.
But see, you live, you learn, right? Anyway, you have 3 or 4 questions because we want the answers, because every answer is different.
Yes.
It's how you been, or what do you think? First time here. Who's the idol who's the guy you want to meet that you haven't, or the person you want to meet or you haven't, or the person you've met tonight that you just were so happy to meet.
Right.
Those kind of questions.
Right.
And it was fun. These youngsters.
Yes.
The fresh faces of Texas country.
Right.
It's
And the
it's
bands,
amazing.
and meeting all the bands, and seeing all the people that are behind the scenes. We met a lot of producers.
A lot of them.
We had the guy win the producer award sitting at our table.
Yeah, Stormy Cooper, man, out of Huntsville
Stormy
type
Cooper.
area.
Yeah.
And he's done really well.
You know
by it.
why he did? I figured out why he didn't come back to the table. He had that trophy.
Well, yeah, he knew we were
We
going to
done-
take.
we
We already
done-
told him we were going to
We was
take one.
gonna told him we're gonna take one.
Mhm.
We leaving here with somebody's trophy. But you couldn't get within 40 feet of Randy Rogers.
No,
He had them all.
because he took all the trophies home.
Yeah, he had them all and had 15 bodyguards around him. I was like, really?
So the red carpet was fantastic. We enjoyed it. It was a fun event, and we were just again honored to be part of that. And then, so here's the fun part, and this goes back to what we're talking about, how these people were just overwhelmed running this show,
Right.
and they're just doing so much. Well, about what? I don't know. 4 awards before the Event of the Year award.
Yeah.
I get tapped on the shoulder, and she goes, "So when you present," and I said, "Hold up, what now?"
We had no idea
No,
that we were.
before I go there, let's do this in order. I want to tell the Jay Novacek story.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know if y'all know or not, but I am like this massive, like literally and figuratively, Cowboys fan.
Right.
Well, there is a tight end, and I'm sorry, Jason Witten is part of the greatest tight end ever put on a Dallas Cowboys uniform,
Right.
and his name was Jay Novacek.
Right.
Well, Jay Novacek,
Number 84.
Number 84. Jay Novacek, big old cowboy out there, grew up in Montana and everything. Has a
Right.
ranch out there, has business deals in Dallas.
Yeah.
He's got a whiskey called Novacek 84 proof.
Right.
And he was handing it out to all the winners as a a combined effort deal. His wife even has service. They train service dogs.
They train service dogs.
Now,
Yes.
yeah. So Landy took off on that because
She has a she actually had a looked like an English sheepdog.
That's what it was because it was real shaggy.
Yeah.
The one who can never see Wile E. Coyote stealing the sheep
until he raises his eyes.
That's
and
what kind of
raises
dog
the hair
it
up.
was.
Yeah, that's the kind of dog it was. Beautiful dog.
Oh, absolutely.
Beautiful dog.
Absolutely.
Wonderful people. They're great people. They're just like we are. Just talk about anything or everything.
He walks up, and first off, I'm like talking, right?
We're talking to somebody.
Maybe I'm just gonna say somebody like Brandy Balin.
Yeah.
Right, she's in front of us, and I'm
and
talking
we're
to her.
talking
And Brandy
big
Balin,
time,
all
laughing and cutting.
all of 5'4",
Maybe.
so
Standing
I'm looking
on the heels.
down, and then here comes this big shadow on my right side, and I look over, and all I see is chest.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. And look up, and there's this Jay Novacek.
Yeah.
And I knew immediately who it was. And Dylan Steen, who's the guy who's feeding us names, because we get excited, and I forget some people.
Yeah.
He gives us names. He goes, Jay Novacek. I was like, I know who he is.
Jeff did it just like that, too.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because
Hi, Jay.
Jeff's standing there and he's looking up about another 1.5 foot at the time.
Boy's big.
He's a big old man.
He is big.
He's a big man.
So I'm like,
He's a
hey,
large
Jay.
man.
I don't get starstruck very often.
Yeah.
But when Jay Novacek walked up,
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like, oh, what's up, bro?
How are you?
Grabbing his bicep and everything, trying to take his whiskey at the same time.
Yeah.
Which you won't get.
No.
You gotta realize the man is huge. He's got a whiskey bottle, probably the size of a Pendleton whiskey bottle. If anybody knows what that looks like, and he is
about half the size of a football.
He's got to move his fingers around so he can read the title because he's
now the
that's
man he caught footballs for a living. Okay.
Right.
You think you're gonna take a whiskey bottle out of this thing? No, you ain't taking nothing away from this guy.
He walks up, and I'm like, it's Jay Novacek.
Yeah.
And I look at our wives.
Jeff starts stuttering.
Yeah. I look over our wives. I'm like, it's Jay. Oh no, they're not there yet.
No, they weren't there.
Because they walked in right after, and I was like,
Right.
"Did you say Jay Novacek?"
Yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was like, he's here, right? We have Randy Rogers.
Yes.
We have AJ Vallejo. We have all these awesome guys.
Awesome people.
And I'm like, they're great. Jay Novacek, Aaron Watson, Casey Donahue, these big titans of our Texas country industry. I'm like, Jay Novacek.
And then there's Jay Novacek.
He walks up, and I'm like, hey, Jay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I said,
he actually walked up and says, hi, Jeff, I'm Jay Novacek.
Yes.
And Jeff says, yeah, you are. That's all he could say. Yeah, you are.
I said, so, releasing your first single to country music, huh?
Yeah, he did ask him. You did ask him that. I thought that, and he about fell out
He's
laughing.
like, yeah. And so I was like, okay. And so we started talking about what his product and what he was doing,
Right.
And dude, that was like the most amazing time for me because that was a dude who I grew up watching.
Yeah.
In football.
Right.
And
playing
just
the game.
Playing the game that I loved. And he was, and I always wanted to be a tight end, but God blessed me with lineman hands and I don't know, with the weight and slowness of it all.
Mm-hmm.
I was a slow, fat white boy who couldn't catch.
Right.
A lineman.
Yep.
But I always wanted to be the tight end. Anyway, favorite player, one of my favorite players ever, he was there. So check this out. Something really cool. There's also a young, up-and-coming artist, and his name is Joe King.
Yeah.
He was there. Now, Joe, when I say young, Joe was not very young, but he's starting a new career.
Right.
And he's had some success, dropped a single, doing really well. Joe, big boy, too.
Yeah.
All right, Joe was every bit of 6'4".
Yes, sir. Yes,
deuce
sir.
and a half or deuce and a quarter.
Yeah.
And you shook his hand. Come to find out, see, Joe used to play in the NFL.
Right.
Joe played
opposite
against
Jay
Novacek. They played that same time frame of the Cowboys championships, and Joe King played for the Raiders. I don't know if y'all remember or not, but back in the day, the Cowboys and Raiders for certain periods of time would practice with each other in California.
Right.
Joe King has tackled Jay Novacek many a times.
Right.
And I will tell you, after standing next to both of them, it took a Joe King
to tackle
Jay Novacek.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fantastic.
It was so cool. And
these
they
two
were
guys-
having so much fun laughing and carrying on.
Oh, yeah. Well, they knew each other. They knew each other personally.
Yes. Yeah. Real personal.
Real personal. They've done knocked each other around for years.
Yes.
Anyway, so that was the red carpet.
Right.
And, dude, that was fantastic.
Yes.
And then The awards as themselves.
Yeah, when you start seeing people's accomplishments in the music industry, and you see them. Well, they come out here, and we get them out of whatever zone they're in and put them in the Jeff and Landy Morning Show zone, which is, hey man, what's happening?
Right. Hey, chill, bro, calm down.
Yeah.
Relax.
What's happening? Yeah.
Unbutton that
Chill.
top button, man. Just have a good
Chill.
time.
Yeah, we're out here to have fun, and then they see us there, and they're going, man, you guys are crazy, dude. Said, I like what was the person we were talking to that this was the first radio program that they were on? What was her name?
I don't. We've had a handful of them.
Yeah. And she said, y'all, we had more fun out there.
Haven't lived up to that yet.
Yeah. So,
well, it was
and
great.
that was a compliment to us.
And I'll tell you what makes us feel better about it, or makes me feel better. We didn't win, but I'll tell you this much. Walking around that place before the show started and shaking hands and high-fiving and hugging on and stalking Jay Novacek.
Yeah. I was waiting for him to put that whiskey bottle down.
I kept walking behind and going.
He never let that whiskey bottle go.
No, I was like, I tried to take it on the red carpet. Because listen, I know you can't. If you can't tell this or not, I ain't very slick.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't sneak up on a lot of people.
Right.
You know.
You wasn't gonna sneak up on nobody with that dog there.
So Jay got that peering over it. But anyway, every once in a while, I'm like, Jay, you turn around. I'll be like, no, not that bad. Anyway, a restraining order is just a piece of paper anyway.
That's right.
So. Jay. But it was great because here's what it validated what we do, because we've talked to everybody, and they were just like, "Listen, man, we love what y'all do. This is great." And we're talking industry pros, guys who've been in this business a long time.
Right.
Telling us producers and program directors, people telling us how happy and how great we're doing.
Well, I talked to a man. I think he's a producer. Anyway, I talked to so many people. Anyway, I said, hey, I'm Landy and Jeff and Landy Morning. So I said, Jeff's standing right there. He says, yeah, we know who you are. We watch y'all.
Yeah.
I said, really? He said, yeah. He said, that dude's nuts.
Yeah.
I said, okay, and your point is?
And
where are you going with that?
And we had that all night. It was great. I shook some hands and like, oh my God. I said, how you doing? My name is Jeff Smith. I introduced myself, whatever. Jeff Landy. She goes, hey, I've been meaning to come see you guys. Like here tonight because I knew you were here and I wanted to introduce myself. I said, how cool is that?
Yeah.
So we have the awards show, and it's going great. The music's awesome. The bands are on point.
Of course, we have to explain to them where we're at.
Yeah. So, we're like, where's that at?
65 miles south of Abilene.
Exactly. Yeah. So we do all that, and then we get to the presentation part. And again, I start over with that, and we're sitting there. We're just like, enjoying life. Didn't win. Yeah. At this point, we knew he didn't win.
Right.
Kayla Kay gets up there. And, she gives her speech, does great.
Yep.
She runs off stage. I think she's on stage about 30 seconds, right?
Yeah.
But, that's about it.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
Wait.
And then I get a tap on the shoulder, and Tammy's like, okay, so when you present, and I was like, Honda?
Yeah, Jeff turned around and said, excuse me?
And she goes, well, you're presenting. I said,
presenting what?
Yeah. I was like, does somebody need more toilet paper? Should I run? Is that what we need?
Do we need to go check the toilets?
Yeah, do we need more paper towels? I can go get them.
Yeah.
I was like, she goes, no, you're presenting the award for Event of the Year.
Event of
And I was like, oh. Like, it's a music fest and stuff. I was like, oh. Yeah. She goes, y'all okay with that? I said,
yeah, we got this.
I was like, we got this. She walks away. In my head, I go, oh my God. Anyway, so I tell Landy. Landy's like, huh now?
We doing what?
So we talk about it, and then we get our cue, and we go back there.
Yeah.
And what's cool, check this out. It's so cool because Rudy Fernandez is there.
Oh, my God.
And Rudy Fernandez is an icon out of Abilene. He does voice work for 103.1 in San Angelo now, too.
That's right.
And
the one-armed Mexican bandit. I'm telling you what.
Fearless Fernandez.
That hit dude is crazy,
and so he was there with us, and he was actually given a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yes.
Because he's been doing this for 48 years on music.
Right.
And he's one of the guys I grew up listening to when I used to ride with my mama to Abilene. When she worked for Walmart, I'd ride with her and listen to 105.1 all the time. And hey, we'd go see old Fearless because she knew him.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're sitting there conversating with him, and I'm looking around. And I'm like, dude, he's out of Abilene. We're out of Ballinger. Ariel Hutchins won the Future Faces show. She's out of Abilene area.
Yeah.
State Line Band's got some folks out of San Angelo, and they've got folks Big Spring and everything. They, by the way, a band that we had here in studio and at the hall, because talent recognizes talent, y'all.
Yeah.
They took home new group of the year.
And they were sitting right next to us. I said, they got up after they announced them for winning. I stood up and went over there, and I said, y'all need us to come with you?
Yeah, please. y'all got way more awards than you got people right now. Him went over. And that was fantastic. That band right there, I said it a long time ago, they're going to be somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And they started the path. They've been blazing it.
They're walking down the path right now.
You know,
That's
so
right.
congratulations to those guys. And you know what? They're a great group of guys.
And they're real people.
I'm going to share this with you because when they served dinner, that entire table, which consisted of the band members and their special others,
Right.
whoever it might be, were all sitting there. And as soon as those plates, everybody got their plate, every single one of them, they all bowed their heads
Pulled
together.
their hats off, bowed their heads
Together
and
and prayed as a family.
That's right.
Over their dinner at an award show in Arlington, Texas.
That's right.
I thought it was kind of crazy, kind of cool, crazy.
Yeah, we did the same thing. But,
Yeah,
but
it was just cool because they're, you know, you see them differently.
That's right.
And so we get the chance to go present. We walk up. Neither one of us can see the monitor.
Yeah. And it was the monitor was like this screen monitor in front of your computer, and it was about half out of focus. I couldn't read it.
Dude, I asked Landy, I said, all right, bro, you want to, I said, I don't know how it's going to go down. It's probably going to be parts.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, I can read the parts. You want to read that or the envelope? He goes, envelope.
Yeah. It's got big print.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I read it. I was like, I started reading, of course. I started reading the wrong thing immediately.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that's
that's not right.
That wasn't right.
I said, Jeff, okay, here we go. And I'm doing all this live, right?
And I'm over there about to fall down laughing.
Having fun with it.
Yeah, and the people, what was really interesting that I don't know whether you noticed or not because you're so focused on the monitor, the people, when we were clowning around, just that little bit right there, they were about to fall out of their chairs laughing at. They were laughing at us, and we say it all the time. You can either laugh at us or with us.
Well, see,
don't matter to us.
Exactly, and what's great too is what people don't realize though is we have a lot of folks in that room who didn't know where we were. Where they knew of us, but they didn't know anything about us more than that.
Right.
And when they announced us coming to the stage, this is the fantastic. This station has been here for 74 years.
Right.
And to have your name called out over that, not even for the win, right? It said the Jeff Landy Morning Show, KRUN 1400 AM, Ballinger, Texas.
Right.
That was awesome because that put our name in the mouths and ears of people who are titans in this industry.
Yeah,
and it's just cool to support Ballinger.
And Mark Powell knew.
Well, there you go. So we announced
up
the
in
award.
Abilene. He flew up to Dallas because
they've been so tired, man.
Yeah,
they just finished
they were wore out. Yeah, Outlaws and Legends was
that weekend.
Just then.
And that's no small undertaking.
10 hours later, they're in Dallas, Texas, winning an award.
They won and so the coolest thing was that we got to present the award for Event of the Year to our good friend. He loved my mom. He played at her funeral. He's been in Ballinger. Him and Bishop, his daddy. They've been doing music for a very long time. They're supportive. They do everything for the people of Abilene, Texas.
That's right.
They're great people, and they won the award for Event of the Year and got to be presented by us.
That's
coincidentally.
That was crazy.
Abilene, Texas, and I'm gonna say Abilene Radio Region because I'm gonna call us part of it.
That's right.
That's our marketing region. Killed the award show in Arlington,
Texas.
That's right.
The people from Abilene, the Abilene events, the Abilene radio station, JB Cloud. If you're watching today, congrats, big.
What's I say? JB Cloud took home his first award in like 20 years.
20 years.
And he's been doing this a long time.
Right.
Took home an award.
Right.
Mark Powell took home an award. Ariel Hutchins got into won the Future Faces show to perform. She's out of the Abilene area.
Right.
Felix Fernandez got the Lifetime Achievement Award, y'all. This was a heck of a night. For Abilene region.
Randy Rogers.
We've killed it, and we should be proud of what we do out here.
Yeah.
So anyway,
we had but all in all, we went up there and had so much fun. We met a whole bunch of people. We hung out with folks way out of our league.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Then we hung out with some that were right in it.
Then we hung out with that outlaw group sitting next to us.
Anyway, y'all, it was a great time. I know it was a lot to hear, but I just wanted to break down and how thankful we are for you guys who stuck by us and nominated us.
Yes.
And let's do it again. And I want to be able to get up there a third time this next year and take home that award for the people who enjoy us, listen to us out here. And again, we're just grateful. I'm grateful. I'll give my acceptance speech right now. I'm grateful for my wife and everybody who supported me.
That's right.
And Landy, I know you feel the same way.
That's right.
So
thank you. I really am thankful to. Jacqueline allows me to come out here because I could be home doing something.
You could be being productive.
That's right.
And we appreciate the eye rolls, and we're okay with them.
Yeah.
when we do stupid stuff. And I appreciate the fact that all we generally get is, I can't tell you how many times our wives probably looked at each other this weekend and went,
Those guys are with us.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But we appreciate
They
you.
didn't turn around and walk off. I was
No,
telling you that.
they didn't walk off. They kept taking pictures. Just smile and wave, boys.
Yeah,
Smile and
smile and
wave.
wave.
All right, y'all. It is 8:47. Ran a little long. I apologize for that. We just had so much to say.
Yeah.
Missed y'all. Glad we're back.
Yes,
Glad we could be
very
hanging out
much.
with you guys. Hey,
Much.
in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to talk a little bit more nonsense, but we're also going to have a guest in studio.
What?
It's Wednesday, so our BISD representative is going to come hang out with us. And this week, it's supposed to be Miss Janet Wilson. So she'll come hang out with us in the 9
That's
o'clock hour. You are listening to the Jeff and Landy Morning Show. Three-time
Nominated. Never won it.
nominated. Coming in second place. 0.3 of a point. We're coming after you, Kayla K and Big Star.
That's right.
Watch your back. Anyway, we're being brought to you by Ballinger Home Health and Hospice. We will holler at you guys here after some first news and events and hotline. See you in a bit.
Bye, y'all. Hey, everybody. Good to see you, Brandy. We're pretty good at guessing people's heights.
Yep. Now, I ain't even playing with the weight side of life.
Kathy Glass, good morning. Kathy, how are you doing this morning? Celebrities? No, we're just normal people. Rudy Galvan, thank you, sir. Richard, good morning, sir. Howdy to you, too. Of course, you know, Brandy looks so cute.
That girl, man,
What's up with
how
that?
can I say this without my wife hearing it? How
Yeah.
about the beautiful women that, I mean, honestly, they were just like good.
They were dressed up to the nines.
They were beautiful, and our wives, of course, were beautiful.
Yeah.
And
Jacqueline
just everything. I mean, they were
and
just.
Jessica were sharp. I mean, they could fit in with them just like anybody else.
Yeah.
But it was so unbelievable to see people representing who they are and what they do, and the family event felt like a family event. You know what I mean?
It did.
It did. It felt
And that
like
was the theme of the night.
yeah. It felt like a great big family reunion.
Yeah, everybody was
You know,
loving everybody.
without the fight in the parking lot.
Exactly. Got the father of the last scoop of banana pudding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mom made that bowl for me. Shut up.
Shut
you
up.
want that bowl? Come and get it.
Yeah, come on over here, big boy.
But you know, and that was the recurring theme of the night. You know, was support and family.
Yes.
You know, and there were so many fresh faces hitting Texas country right now. And listen, if you guys just listen to us, but you don't listen to Texas country,
Right.
but you do listen to country, you need to go find some of these artists, because y'all, the music that is coming out of this genre right now is something that we all wish music coming out of Nashville would sound like.
Well, you know, first off, Nashville can't ever be like Texas. Okay? I don't care how hard they try, and Texas is not ever going to be like Nashville.
What did
We
Aaron
don't want
Watson?
to be. We don't want to be like Nashville.
What did Aaron Watson say? Stay true to your brand.
Stay true to your brand. You know, one artist said, you know, he couldn't wait to get down here to Texas
Yeah.
because he'd been everywhere else. He'd lived in Nashville for 2 years, and he saw what was going on.
Didn't like it.
And didn't like it. He'd been everywhere and lived other places, and he said he couldn't wait to get to Texas. And his name's Marshall. He'll be dropping a single later on.
In the next couple of weeks, he'll be dropping a single.
Next couple
He's
of
out.
weeks.
He's out of North Carolina.
Right.
Yeah, and he's hauling
Nice
a bunch
guy.
of Texas, man.
Yeah, a whole bunch of Texas guy. And he's all about being Texas music. You know? And, oh, I know what? We need to give a shout out to the very special, unknown, very recognizable, what's the guy's store he works at? With the cap on in the back that we walked up to. We know you. Best Buy.
Oh, Colton.
Colton.
Good old Colton from Best Buy.
Hey, Colton. This shout out's for you, buddy. I hope you're watching
So-
us this morning.
We're hanging out Friday or
was
Sunday
great.
night at the Future Faces show.
Right.
You know, we're big dogging it. We're celebrating it. We're telling people to back up.
Yeah.
You know,
Not
no
really,
photos.
not really.
No photos, please.
Yeah, no photos,
Seriously,
please.
I feel fat today. No photos.
Yeah.
Anyway, my wife said, "You sure do."
Yeah.
Anyway, we see this guy over there. I swear, I recognize him. I asked Landy and Jacqueline and my wife, Jessica, I say, "Y'all recognize him?" And Jacqueline, one of her and Jessica, like the most level-headed ones in the room.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I kind of do. I'm like,
Kind of looks familiar.
cool. Then I'm going to ask him because Jacqueline said she knows it or recognizes him.
Yeah.
Because, right, it's Jacqueline.
Yeah.
You know? So I'll go up there, hey, buddy, I know you. He goes, I don't think so. My name's Colton. And when he says Colton, I'm like, I don't know that guy.
Yeah.
You know? So we talk anyway. Turns out he works at Best Buy.
Yeah. And the nicest guy, man, and
Yeah.
he's standing there, and we laughed about that. We had so much fun laughing about that.
And then
I said, dude, can we get you an award at the award show? We're here to get one.
yeah, and then I talked to John Teague, who is the main man in Teague Brothers band.
Right.
They're up and coming band. They've done a lot. You know, they're on that.
Incline.
Oh yeah. So he walks up and it's loud in there.
It's
And
beyond.
he's like, John. I say, oh no, I get introduced to him by his promoter.
Right.
His promoter said, hey, I want you to meet. You know, and he goes, John Teague, and I said, John Dean, good to meet you, man. I said, I ain't never met
No,
you. You know,
Teague.
and then halfway through, I'm like, because I started asking about radio stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, so, you know, if you can drop a single? He's like, no.
Yeah.
No. And I was like, oh, you said John Teague. I was like, oh, hell. I was like, I know who y'all is.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, it was just those kind of moments. It was great.
You know, and the songs that they sang from the stage, you got to understand, folks, when they're doing this battle of the bands kind of like deal, there was six.
4 groups, 2 groups of 4.
Two groups of four.
And Brandy Balin, Matt Castillo, George Navarro. Those were emceed by Kendall Beard, and AJ Vallejo. Those have all been here
Yeah.
in this studio.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway.
So when you're sitting there and you're seeing all this talent on stage and you're just going, wow, and we got nominated.
Well, what we do.
Of course, I know who did it. I nominated us. Jeff voted for us, and then our wives voted for us. That's why we make the
I ain't
finals.
100% sure my wife voted for me.
Yeah, she probably voted
I'm
for.
not 100% sure.
She might have voted for Kayla.
Could been.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man, it was great. Again, we can't say enough, you know, and
It's a very humbling experience to
Yeah.
me because, you know, there's no reason for us to even have been in that room with all those people.
see,
But
this-
and then
I don't think people can fully understand what that room represented. Because listen, this wasn't your local chamber banquet,
no.
okay? Look, which is great.
Right.
That's great for the city of whatever
Right.
that is. That's fantastic. It wasn't that.
No. But when
You know,
you get people
this was a
coming
$60 a night party or a plate top formal
right.
party with, like you said, like you're saying.
You got people coming from all over the state of Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma,
North Carolina,
Colorado,
Kansas.
everywhere that you could possibly imagine these people coming, and it's all like-minded people, and it's all like music genre people, and you just can't imagine it. It really and truly felt like a family reunion.
Absolutely.
I mean, and everybody was meeting everybody and laughing and carrying on and having a good time. And,
Loving life, yeah.
you know, so what can you take away from that? I mean, there's just
It's
so
a breath
much.
of fresh air, is what
Yeah.
it is.
It really is.
And what it is also is it's recognition for the work, or in my mind, it's recognition for the work that we've done in promoting Ballinger.
Right.
You know, it's the fact that we love our hometown and our community, and the fact that somebody else has acknowledged that love outside of our community,
Right.
and they realize that what we do and the passion we have for what we do,
Right.
and that's that was awesome,
Right.
to get that kind of.
It really was, and it was so much fun. It was so much fun to see, of course, people that have been in here, and it's fun to see them again.
Kayla.
Oh my gosh!
Kayla found us.
Ladies and gentlemen, she has arrived.
Kayla found us though. Kayla K.
Yeah.
The winner. Hold on. The winner of the award there, Miss Kayla K. She stole the award from us. Kayla, I heard there's some photo evidence around about 2 idiot rednecks mugging you.
Well, we tried
to mug her.
We tried to mug her. That woman's too tough.
You gonna get?
Yeah. And you know
I
what?
thought I was gonna get stabbed
I
in the
tell
neck.
you what, man. We tried to take the trophy away from her. I got her in a chokehold Jeff's trying to grab the trophy to take it away from her. And her daughter's standing there with the camera going, ha, y'all ain't gonna do nothing.
Nah, she seen Mama get mad before. She's like, y'all stupid. That woman done anchored down and wasn't going nowhere.
No, she showed up, wasn't gonna turn loose that trophy.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a familiar personality.
This
Yeah,
Kayla,
yeah,
let me tell you.
yeah. Don't mess with Mama over here. Huh?
That's right. She has a radio station in Snyder.
Well, yeah, she works at Big Star there at Schneider, the Kayla K show. I'm not sure what your actual show is called. Or maybe she's just Kayla K.
Yeah.
You know, and she's won 2 out of 3 years.
Yeah.
Just by that much, of course.
She just barely beat us this year.
Lost by 3/10 of a vote.
3/10 of a vote.
Three
Yeah.
tenths of a person.
Yeah.
3/10 of a person. That's so close.
The Dominion voting machine was not quite right.
In a year with some screwed up voting,
Yeah.
of course Kayla K beat us. That's it. I'm recalling this election. I've got evidence that shows.
Yeah, cheating. Yeah, somebody was cheating. It's all right. We're coming for you next year. We're gonna prepare all year long. Y'all go vote.
I'll tell you
Can we
what.
vote yet?
No, not yet. We ain't been nominated yet.
Can we be nominated yet?
I'll tell you what kind of person Kayla K is. She got up there on stage when she accepted her award.
Yeah.
And boy, she took her shot.
Yeah.
All right, she took her shot because people like us and Kayla, we play everybody's music.
That's right. We
It
don't
doesn't
care.
matter where you're sitting on the charts, anything like that.
Right.
You know, as long as you got music to put out and it's good music, we're playing it. A lot of stations, unfortunately, even the Texas country ones,
A lot of them don't play nothing but
They-
the top 10,
top
the
10,
top
maybe
20.
top 20.
Which is boring.
Yes, because you hear it all the time.
And it's terrible.
Some of it is.
And so she got up on stage and she told them people. I say that to explain to you why it was hard for us to get that award. Because that woman got on stage in front of 1,000 people and told them what she thought about them big talk radio stations. So that's why it was so hard for us to get that award from her, because she's that kind of woman.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
She didn't play. She don't play.
I wasn't messing with her. Yeah, well, what's going on, ma'am?
Oh, you know, we got to come back from spring break this year, so things are good.
Yeah. Is it one of those deals where you didn't believe it till it happened? You're like,
Yeah.
we're actually coming back.
I know. It's great. It's so great.
Oh,
It's
hell,
so great.
my kids are doing. They're loving it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
We're on our way to school on Monday. Ashton was like, Mom, we've already been at school longer than last year once we get done with today. I was like,
can you
"Sweet."
believe there are schools that still haven't even touched
I know.
at all?
I know. Yep.
And I mean, and not to get political, I'll say it myself, but the studies have always, even from like August of last year, showed that it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for the most part, and it's crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
maybe with teachers finally being now vaccines are opening up to everybody.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
but
it's.
teachers
pretty-
should have been on the front line to begin with. That was a
Yeah.
missed issue there.
Yeah.
But
It was. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of exposure possibility for teachers, but at the same time, a lot of teachers. I mean, now there are some with underlying. But generally, they're fairly healthy because they're exposed to a lot of stuff all
yes,
the time.
it's
You
that,
know
that,
what I
that-
mean?
they already have herd
Like,
immunity from
we-
everything because
We've got a pretty
kids-
solid immune system. I mean, you got to be if you know.
exactly. Well,
Who
but
knows? But I
yeah.
am glad that it, you know, even in our county, you know, we're seeing posting here and there. We've got 100 extra shots open to anybody, like, you know, that kind of stuff. That means that it's
Yeah.
really rolling out
I
pretty
think-
good. So
10% of Texans have been vaccinated. That's it. But they now see the problem is they come out and they say 10% of Americans or Texans have been vaccinated.
3 out of 10.
10%
well,
total.
there's that third of a person again.
Yeah, there it is. 3/10. Dang it.
You know, and
Well, but
It just
see,
keeps popping up.
but here's the thing on that. Like, it may only be, but how many have had COVID that are waiting the 90 days to
Well,
get?
right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
if you listen to Rand Paul, and we talked about this on Friday, you know, he mentioned, listen, there's 0 studies that show that you'll get it again.
right.
And there's 0
Right.
studies that show if you've had the vaccine and if you've had COVID.
Well, and we've only had it for what, a year and a half, so there's no way we can have long-term results yet. I
That's
mean,
what I was.
well, and
I've
then
been saying
and
that.
then the long-term results that they have been testing for 8 months.
they
okay,
still have antibodies.
their antibodies in their body have not decreased
Right.
by any
Right.
amount.
That science that
Right.
Rand Paul was citing was the 5 to 8 months they ran that, and they
Mhm.
determined that the antibodies are just as strong on
Yeah.
5th as they
Yeah.
are
Right,
on the 8th.
and then
You know, I don't think they could have figured out until we had it a while.
Well, of
I mean,
course you have
obviously.
to. You know, and what drives me
You're gonna
crazy
have to
though
do
is
that.
like Facebook
Yeah.
fact checkers. They came in there and they're like, I know. And there was a post and it said it was somebody
An
was worried.
oxymoron in itself.
Yeah, right. There was a post that said something along the lines of fertility and
those words around.
for-
Moron ox.
fertility and the vaccines.
Yeah.
Well,
You don't know
you
that.
don't know that until long
You
term.
can't know that.
And that's no different, this vaccine, than any other.
Yes.
I mean, you know, spinal meningitis, they haven't had that vaccine around that long in comparison to how long vaccines have been in the world. But they didn't know those long-term effects till they had been in for 10 years. You know,
Unfortunately,
you're
yeah.
just not going to know. So,
And that's just a fact.
Who's to say some of the diseases that these people are being born with isn't caused from their parents and their
Oh, it
parents'
could be.
vaccine?
It-
Well, the
definitely.
polio vaccine, the ones y'all got.
Yeah.
The ones y'all got when my mama got one. Your parents probably got one.
That's right.
Y'all all have the scar,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, see,
yeah, yeah.
who's
Well-
to say there's not something that did something later on? We don't know.
Well, and that's why there's
Maybe that's
a
why I
large,
stuttered.
you know, that's why you can fill out that paperwork when your kids go to college or whatever that says we don't vaccinate.
Uh-huh.
We understand our choice we're making, you know what I mean? But you have that record on file, you know, and I think that's fine. And I like that we have that choice, you know.
So,
You know, and a lot of people, what they don't understand is the fact that, you know, they say, well, your children aren't vaccinated, so you don't really care what your children give us.
I don't
And I'm
think
like,
that's-
folks, let me
Yeah.
explain something to you. Just because you have a vaccine doesn't mean you're not going to catch it, whatever it is.
my mama,
Okay,
my
you're
mama
gonna
had
you're gonna catch it.
My mama had chicken pox when she was like 6 years old and could have got them
Yeah.
until the day she died.
Right.
You know, because that she never
Well,
developed immunity to
And
it.
how many people, like I had chickenpox terribly bad when I was little, and then I got shingles, which is a relative.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I had chickenpox antibodies or whatever,
Still.
And
but
then
I still got shingles.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
And who's to
Who
say
knows?
who's to say how they're related?
Yeah.
They don't know how it's
Yeah.
related. And you know, there's so much out there in the medical industry that they don't know for sure. It's not definitive because the reason they don't know is because we're all different.
right?
Don't tell anybody.
way.
Don't tell anybody that we're all different.
Yeah.
well, and I just think it, you know, it all comes back, you know, when you get into just those kind of things, aren't we just fortunate we get to make our own decision?
Yes.
That it's okay to have a view that you don't think vaccines are good, and it's okay to have a view that you think they are good.
That's
Those
right.
two things can coexist.
In the same environment.
Yes.
That's
And at the
the
end of the
hope.
day, we can
Yes.
have a cold beer and laugh
Yes.
about
That's
it.
the
And go.
hope. You know, we
Yes.
had that guy who tried to prank call us, and that's exactly what we said. I was like, dude, he called us anti-maskers, and I said, did you even listen to my show? I said, because that's actually not what we said.
That's
We
right.
said wear one or don't, or wear one.
It's
and
your
I was like,
choice.
I won't get mad. I'm not gonna laugh at you for wearing one
Sure.
unless you're wearing one in the car. How many times did we see that on the highway yesterday? Anyway,
Yeah.
come on, people. But anyway, and I won't make fun of you.
That'd have to be some fast virus to catch that car.
and you won't make fun of me for not wearing one.
Right.
You know, and I asked him those questions. I was like, why can't we just get along? And he, you know, he gave me the big O F U several times, and because we're a bunch of redneck idiots. And I was like, well, there you go. That's fine. But I'm cool with you. I was like, I told him, I said, I got no problem with you, man.
Yeah.
I said, I think you're bad at your job, but I ain't got no problem with you. You know,
Yeah.
because he's supposed to be prank calling
Oh.
me, and he got very mad very quick. I'm like, that's not how this works, dude.
No.
You're supposed to get me upset and crazy,
Yeah,
and make
right.
me,
And
and make
not-
me look stupid.
Not the other way around.
But you got blowed up. Anyway, anyway,
Made you look stupid.
but see, why can't we just get along like that? Just believe what you want.
Yep.
Listen, you know what?
Yep.
There's plenty of kids who don't get vaccinations for school.
There are.
And you know
there
what?
are.
I ain't mad at the parents, and I ain't mad at those kids.
That's right, and you
You
know,
know?
and it's ultimately it's their choice, and
Yep.
and I say this all the time. I remember a kid lived down the street from us. His parents were poorer than we were, and we were pretty much didn't have much, but we had a lot more than they'd had. That boy played in the dirt, always dirty, wore dirty clothes, everything.
Yep.
Never saw that kid sick.
Nope.
Well, if he was sick, his parents probably made him go to school anyway.
Yeah.
It's not that.
I mean,
dry that
but-
snot up and get out of the house.
Yes.
But I never saw him with a snotty nose.
Yep.
I never saw him with a cold. I never heard that. You know, he never wasn't in class.
Right. Right.
He was always
Always
there
there.
with us.
Yep.
You know, and when he
Yep.
grew up, he looked like Schroeder. He always wore dirty clothes. Never saw the man sick.
Right. Yep.
You know, never ever
Yep.
saw the man sick. So,
Yep.
is there something?
There is. I firmly believe that you let
That
your kids.
antibacterial
Yep.
soap is killing us.
Well, you
Well,
kill,
just the outside time.
Right.
I mean, who knows if it's the dirt and the dirty water out of the hose and things like that. Literally being outside is good for kids.
which has been decreased due to our dependence on social media and small
Yes.
screens.
That's
Well,
right.
and you know, not to get into school stuff, but the more we get pushed on for testing and results and you know all those the paperwork things that kids are expected to do, the less time they have for the outdoor PE time and the less time they have for athletics during the day and you know all
Rolling
those
around in
things.
the mud and playing
They-
in the grass
they
and
need to
climbing
be
in a
outside.
tree and
Here we go.
You
10
know.
seconds.
throwing rocks at each other, you know?
Definitely.
Really.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
That's fun to do.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It is 9:08 in the a.m. You're hanging out with the three-time loser. I mean, dang it.
Second place.
Second
Three-time
place.
Second
Three-time
place.
second place winner
Let's
of
get
the.
this right. Yeah.
We didn't. Should we be? Will we get bronze trophies? You think, or silver trophy?
Dude, I don't think they even, you know, they didn't even, other than announcing who was running, that's all we gonna get
Yeah.
on with.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I guess
And then we tried to take Kayla's trophy away from her. That
that
was
ain't gonna happen.
yeah.
You could probably get online and order you one. Just
Right.
make it.
We had two opportunities to steal.
We
one.
did. And,
Like, nobody would have even thought knew it was us.
Stormy.
Well,
No.
it was Stormy, and then the night of the Fresh Faces, they had one for posing for pictures.
Right. We tried. You know, I
Nobody bought anything.
tried to walk off with it, and I picked it up and I started to walk off, and I looked around and everybody was watching.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man. The one by the
Nobody said anything, but everybody was.
the
watching.
one at the front of the store there, at the front of the photo shoot there,
Right.
it was guarded by two women at the door, about $1.05 apiece. I
Yeah.
think we could have made it out with that bad boy.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
you-
trying to underestimate it, I'm just saying.
But you didn't see them big old boys on the outside.
Yeah, right. And then the night of the red carpet, we could have just shoved that in one of the ladies' purses.
Right.
You know, but no, everybody was watching.
Yeah.
You
Everybody
know?
was watching.
So anyway,
Yeah.
it is Wednesday, and
Yes.
you are listening to
Fabulous.
the Jeff and Landy morning show being brought to you by Ballinger Home Health and Hospice. But it's a fabulous Wednesday.
Absolutely.
We're back, obviously, and Wednesday, for most part, is Ballinger Representative Day.
We
Here.
found one. We
And
found
we
one.
tricked one to come in.
I won.
That's right.
She tried to cancel, but I said no. Come in at 9 instead. No, she didn't. She had a problem.
As I recall, you all canceled last
We did.
semester because
Yes.
y'all had an artist in studio.
We
Yes.
did.
We did. Now, the reason she's
We
a
should have brought
fantastic
you in anyway. You could have been with an artist.
the reason she's a fantastic teacher is because she provided me a problem and a solution to the problem when she messaged me.
There you
So
go.
that's how you do things.
That's right.
But Miss Janet Wilson is hanging out with us.
Yep.
Good
Glad to
morning.
be here.
Yeah.
So why were you late? What happened?
This morning we had a really spectacular event happening at high school called Unified Track. And what that means, if you're not familiar with it, is our students in our special ed program have competed in the special ed Olympics for several, you know, the local Olympics for that. But this year they transferred into what's called Unified Track. So what that means is one of our students plus one of our athletes pair together and they go as a team to go do events as a unified
How
track team.
cool is that?
Yeah, and so, you know, it's, of course, Tasha Kazee and Rochelle Coleman and all the other staff in our special ed at high school, they just do an amazing job working with those kids, provide them with every opportunity they can to see that they're getting everything they should, you know. And for them to reach out and figure out this unified, I think it was them that started all this. They reached out to Coach Lipsy and they found the athletes to pair with them. The athletes that pair with them, they actually have to choose, are you going to do unified track or are you going to do UIL track? They can't, it's not legal to participate in both.
Oh,
So the
okay.
kids that chose to do this, they're
That's
spectacular.
unfortunate. UIL needs to
Well,
look at
and
that.
I don't know if it's a UIL thing or a unified. I don't
Sure.
really know
Well,
because
either
I don't
way.
know that much
Yeah.
about it. But I just think it's spectacular that our kids at our school care about each other. Number
That's
one,
exactly right.
those teachers care about those kids to
Right.
make everything happen that they can for them.
Right.
You know, I just think it's wonderful and it
No,
speaks
that's
to
awesome.
a great school system.
It is.
Yeah, so you had that send off today.
So we had send off today, and so the drumline had all their instruments out, and all the students and staff came in the hallways, and we did a big send off for them, and they're on their way to Brady for the unified track today.
How awesome is that? Well,
Yeah.
hope maybe
Y'all watch out,
if we're
Brady, 'cause
fortunate
they're
enough,
coming for you.
we'll give you some results as those
Yeah.
as they come to us throughout this day and then
Yep.
tomorrow.
Well, and I love that, you know, the unified term. I think it, you know, what we were talking about before the program. If we could just respect each other for each other's positives and negatives and unify, and you know, I just think it'd be wonderful.
I mean,
Just
No,
be
and
nice.
that black, and that
So-
black book it says love them that is stamped in there, several times, and I ain't figured out who doesn't fall under the them category.
Right.
Nancy Pelosi. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm not going that way. I'm just playing.
She's one of them.
Unfortunately,
too.
yes, she is, and we got to love her in a godly manner.
That's right.
I get it.
Well, it's like, you talk to your kids, just as things have happened, specifically this year, there's been lots of big events and lots of unrest, and, we spend a lot of time at school talking about just making sure that we're caring for each other and seeing each other's needs, and regardless of your academic standing, regardless of your skin color, regardless of your political
Personal
beliefs,
beliefs,
your whatever, your religious beliefs, anything, regardless, we're all here. And if you're part of all, you are here and we love you. You know?
So basically, that's great. So I was going to ask that question now, since we kind of talked about it, was, since you are so good at what you do, what is BISD? Do y'all have meetings? Y'all discuss? Listen, we got to come together for these kids.
Yeah, from the very get-go, actually starting last May, when we realized,
Ain't gonna get there.
it's not gonna be there, and then the plan started changing too. So how are we gonna reopen to make sure that we're hitting all these different thought processes? Because taking a whole community and a whole country and trying to figure out what's best for our community, I can't imagine the multiple decisions that our admin is having to make on a daily basis right now, particularly back then when it was all real new. And maybe not everybody agrees with every decision that's been made, but I can 100% say that every decision was made to try to hit the best for our kids. You know what I mean? And are we going to make some wrong ones? Sure, everybody does. I mean, you can't be perfect. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
I tried to be perfect once, and then
How long did it last?
I got out of bed.
Yeah, pretty much.
I woke up perfect, and then I got out of bed.
But we had
messed
committees that started like last May that we got together, and they tried to pull people from every organization and every, just the different thoughts that happen on a campus. And what does your program need? What does your program need? How can we still meet those needs? Because we still wanted, sports to look like sports this year, since it didn't get to look like sports last year, and things like that. And we wanted for performances to get to happen for the fine arts kids that didn't get to happen last year, and all those things. And so way back in May, we were already talking about this spring. Like, that's how far our admin is thinking ahead to make sure that our kids had everything they needed.
And you have to do that. You have to be prepared for what's coming, because
then when you get the 10 other things that
exactly,
day.
Yeah, right.
Because then when the rubber band recoils and all this other stuff smacks you all at once, you're already prepared for what you're doing, and then this other stuff is just stuff to deal with.
Yeah.
You just have to deal with it.
And I think, when we're specifically dealing with football season being the very first thing after reopening schools, obviously, that's kind of a big event. They were thinking through, how can we get the most community here, make it look the most normal, provide for the other schools as much as we can, like all those kind of things, and going back to bands specifically, First Baptist Church and the treadmill were like, what do you need from us? They provided me chairs for our band and for every visiting band, so that the bands didn't have to bring chairs with them. I can't say that about every school we went to. We had to pull a second trailer just to transport chairs this year to some of the schools, But going back to what I said about our admin thinking about what do the kids need, the choice was travel the chairs and an extra vehicle cost, or don't send the band. And they were like, no.
Yeah, they could have bottom lined it. They could have said,
yes, we're not doing
cost too much.
And there are so many of my friends that they did not get to go to contests this year. They did not travel to any games. I had one friend that he didn't go to his first ball game till middle of October with his band.
Oh, wow.
Because that's when his admin finally said it was okay. Like, I cannot even fathom that, and I appreciate, like I said, even if everybody didn't always agree with every decision, they made every effort to make things happen for our kids.
I believe, honestly, and of course I'm biased, but Ballinger, I believe, did very well in that. And I want to know what kind of masking tape they put on the stands. That stuff lasted all year.
It
was like that blue marking tape.
Yes.
So anyway, that's good stuff. I can't get a step while I'm painting. Yeah. But they put it on anyway.
Well, and then you think about our maintenance crews. Oh gosh, the field maintenance crews. Every Friday I'd go down there. They were pulling out the mat that we used for graduation. If it was muddy, to put the band chairs on. Like, all these extra things that got added onto their plates. our custodial staff got split into these 3 segments of work shifts to make sure that we had, because initially they said that overnight cleaning was the thing that was going to keep schools open. And I mean, we don't know, obviously, but our staff did that, and for everyone that just took on all these different roles and
Went above and beyond.
it really is spectacular. The teachers are cleaning every classroom between every class. Like, that's in 4 minutes time.
Right.
Instead of going to the bathroom, getting their next work ready. Like, they have to have all that done so that they can clean for the next group coming in. It's just commendable, all the different things. And then the students really, as a whole, they have not fought on anything,
I'm just glad that
They're
you
so
don't
happy to
know
be
what you miss until it's gone,
Yeah.
right? They're
Yeah.
so excited
You
to
see
be
it. You see it took away from you, and then all of a sudden it's back.
Now, fortunately, Ballinger and these our small communities around here haven't been out, like we talked about a little bit, as long as so. And there's videos of kids literally crying
Yes.
when they said you can go back
Yes.
to school because they're
Yes.
excited. Not crying like my 7-year-old this morning because he wants to go to school, crying the other way, and it was fantastic to
Yeah.
see that.
Landy Cottle, Delpha and Dave's daughter-in-law, she posted a video when her boys got to go back to school. I think it was just about maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. And she said, I'm just a mom sitting in a car bawling because my kids finally get to go to school. This is my first day back picture that should have,
Should have happened.
And
right.
I mean, I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
Right.
it kind of hit me kind of hard.
And despite whatever you believe as the reasoning behind any of it, it happened, and you have to get past it and move forward, and that's just hard for those kids. Again, a lot of kids still not in school.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a crying. That's a crying.
Unfortunately,
And of course
It's a
we
crying
don't-
shame that their administrations and their
well,
governors.
it's your
everything
governments and it's your union. See, fortunately, again, these big cities, a lot of times these teacher unions wield a lot of power.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, again, there's other moments, there's other things involved
Yeah.
in
And
some of those decisions. That's not
that's necessarily exactly with the COVID stuff, but
Yeah.
I mean, or you may have a situation, obviously everything's different, but what if their community specifically is very high still in
Yes.
what's happening?
Sure.
Or what if they don't have the staff willing to come back until they feel
Yeah,
comfortable?
you gotta have the teachers
I
to
mean,
make it work.
There could be lots of things going into that decision, or maybe they don't have the custodial staff to come back. I mean, there's so many things that go into it.
Right.
That's right. It can be twisted all kinds of different ways.
But I definitely appreciate what's
That's right.
happened at our school,
But-
and
So
it's
we're there,
been good.
and we're rolling
So-
into the spring.
Yeah.
So what's going on this spring? What are you looking at?
Well, we'll start obviously today. We talked about the unified track. I love it when we get to do things like that. It's the community gives so much to the school district and to the band program, and anytime we do a fundraiser, they're always so helpful in that. It's really nice when we can do some things back. Like we've got the ethnic festival coming up, and some things like that. Jazz band's going to play at the ethnic
Get the
festival
march
this
there,
year,
and
so.
then you march in the parade.
Yeah, we'll march in
Yeah.
the parade, and then jazz band will have a specific segment
Oh, nice.
down on the little stage, and some things like that we talk about with the kids. You've got to find ways to give back to your community that gives to you, and kind of gets them ready for adulthood, and that kind of stuff too. So,
That's right.
but they're just so happy to play, and they're like, yeah, let's do it. So that's great. Had a good spring with high school band. They got straight ones at their contest, and got straight ones in the fall, and went to area finals, and it's just been a great year.
Yeah.
So junior high
Good
goes
deal.
to contest next week with Mr. Cleveland, and they're doing a spectacular job, and it's just good stuff happening.
And so but now this upcoming year, 2021 to 22, I guess, you guys are eligible.
We're eligible to advance to state this next year, and if we had gone off of what things looked like this past fall in the advancement stage, we had a real legitimate chance would have a real legitimate chance to advance. So that's great.
I probably know the answer to this, but I'll ask it anyway. Does your approach change at all? Eligibility year versus non?
Nah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We're gonna do the best we can every time.
Well, and I look at
Practice like you play, right?
That's right.
yeah, and it comes down to you got to pick music that fits the kids you have, the ability, the technique, who are your strong players. So that's where we want to put a soloist in, or things like that all go into it. And I definitely always try to push them a little bit, but I don't want to push so far that they can't get to the success side. but
Right.
I also am not going to do something so below them
Right.
that it's just kind of like a, I don't
Smack.
know, yeah,
Yeah.
just to get the one. I'm not going to do that either because I don't think that's helpful. I think they need to be challenged, and I think they need to learn that they can do more than they thought they could.
You're not going. Yeah. You're not going to sit on your thumbs.
You're not gonna get. You're not
and
gonna get any
do
better
just
unless-
enough to get by.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get any better unless you get up against somebody
Right.
that is better.
Yes, yes, and
And
we've got
When you
challengers out there.
that's
They
right.
know, they know who our people are in our region that are the top 3
There
or
you
4
go.
that we're always competing against for
Right.
those 3 spots to go to state.
Just like Kayla Kay out in Snyder, Texas
That's
knows
right.
we're coming for her
Gotta
every,
beat
Jeff
every
and
single
Landy.
She
year.
knows. She
And
knows.
she
we're
does.
coming.
She beats us every year,
Yeah.
but it's closer.
Yeah.
The gap has closed.
So it was 1/10, and
It
now
wa-
it's
yeah,
3/10.
yeah, we're
I'm
getting there.
telling you what, we tried to take her trophy away from her. I'm telling you, it wasn't successful. It didn't turn out good.
So I mean, again, that's going on.
Yep.
So obviously, I guess parents don't know. Junior high band, you're saying it's coming contest.
Junior high band has contest next week, and one thing that UIL did that was kind of tough this year is for all the band contests they took away. Well, for the spring, all audience members, and that was kind of rough.
How is that? Is that?
There was, obviously when you sing and when you play a band instrument, spit comes out of your mouth, right?
Yes.
And so I think there was this giant fear immediately, and they did these big overprotective things, and they have come back on some of it now. For whatever reason, that enclosed space was concerning, and I
Changed the
you know,
environment.
it did,
Of sound.
and
Well, the
so-
people in the audience change the environment of sound
Yeah,
because
and-
That's right.
that's a lot of absorption in there.
I asked one of the UIL staff people, that I'm connected with. I was like, where did that come from? They said, well, in the smaller contests, like the 1A, 2A, 3A, you might have 20 or 30 people come listen, which is fine in a 1,000-person auditorium.
Right, you can spread it out big time.
But you get to the big 4, 5, and 6A schools, and a lot of times, like the host school, might have 800 to 1,000 people show up for
Right.
their band to
I'm
play.
surprised they're not giving them like tarps and stuff like they do at Gallagher. Remember Gallagher?
Yeah.
You have to wear a tarp in the
Yes.
front.
Yes.
So
The
when you're in the
radio
front
goes
row at a band concert with all the spittle
The
coming
splash
out,
zone.
you have to have
So, and so I was like, okay, I get that, and you can't really say, well, 6As you can't have audience, but 1As you can. I kind of,
Yeah, it had to draw a line.
it's one of
there,
those,
yeah.
I kind of wish they had left it up to the local, they left so many things up to the local admin to figure out. It's kind of one of those things I wish they had left
Sure.
up to us, but that's
So
okay.
at least y'all didn't
But we got to
have.
perform,
That's right.
and the kids
Yeah.
are going to get to perform next week, and
That's right.
so all is good.
At least you don't have, and I've seen this because they had them at some point in different states, maybe even
Oh
Texas.
gosh, I know
the
what you're gonna
pods.
say.
The
Yes.
pods.
Pod.
They
Like
put
those-
them in a pod.
Those little hunting pod, or
I
you
go-
see the soccer moms in those little pods.
The clear.
Yes.
Yes.
Or like you do or the portable deer blind for whatever you want. I mean, honestly, they put the kids in that and they had to play in that because
How do you breathe in that thing?
I don't know how the sound comes out that thing properly.
No,
anyway.
they had one where this kid was with his sousaphone stuffed inside one. I was like,
Yeah.
that is
Hey,
not
what's
even.
the deal with the tuba players?
No,
You know,
Yeah.
not happening.
the trombone. Listen,
Yeah.
bro, that's what is that? That's a 3-foot instrument
it's
and
pushing-
that pushes out to 6.
Yeah, and it's pushing
Right.
back on you.
Right.
You know,
You
you
gotta
do
go-
your, you
you're
do your
hitting the
slide, you got.
Yep. Yeah, I kind of wondered, did they have a slit for the slide to go through? Like,
Because
no,
we
can't
ain't all
have
built
that.
the same, man. I take up a lot of that space as is.
Yeah.
And then you want to give me another something in there with me?
Yeah, that's
we
bigger than you.
talk about continuing to push kids into an antisocial box. Like,
Literally,
Yeah.
you're putting them into an antisocial box. Well, thank goodness we didn't have that.
no,
Right.
I'm thankful
And
for that.
I don't think that actually lasted very long either, where they
No,
tried it. It was like
no.
one
It was-
concert.
I kind of wonder if they did
Epic
it as
fail.
let's kind of
Let's see.
do a little snarky push on something. So, like what we did was we did stick to the 6-foot suggestion. And so all the junior high bands are split out enough that they can fit in the band hall. And we have all their chairs 6 foot apart. It's been great. They've been able to basically rehearse like normal all year. High school, on the other hand, after we got done with football season, they don't really fit at a 6-foot segment in the band hall.
Right.
And so we've been in the auditorium. Thankfully, we have a space. So they've been sitting in those cushy chairs, spread out left and right, or all the way down the middle, or all these things. And so the day before contest, we actually were in the gym, spread out in our nice concert arcs, and that was our first rehearsal in concert arcs of the whole
Did it sound
year.
different?
Oh, it was spectacular.
Yeah,
So,
amazing.
like, we played, I just had them play one note and hold it, and then we just stopped, and we just kind of were like, oh, that's so nice. I mean, just to hear that sound
to
again.
normal.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was really nice. So we got 2 days of that because of practice and then contest.
Yeah.
And then we're back to spread out the auditorium,
Yeah.
which is fine. I'm still 100% thankful that we are still meeting every day, playing music every day, seeing their faces every day.
Yep.
And
School's open.
I'm not
Kids are
complaining.
happy.
That's right.
You know,
That's
discipline's down. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, we found a way to make the kids get everything they need to get still. You know, we've
That's right.
taken out the extra trips that are not, and I think that's wise. You know, why push your limits if things are going well? Just give it some more time, and
That's right.
you know, I just think they've done a real good job.
There you go.
Yep.
Well, is there anything else you want to touch on before we kick you out of here?
Real quickly, the Ellises, you know, always do such a great job with
Yes.
our vocal program,
Yes.
and kudos to them for even in this year figuring out a way to make things happen. They had several kids practice and make all region and the next round round of region auditions back in the fall.
Right.
We had a couple of kids make it in band, you know, and we had to do all that virtually this year. So we had to record
Wow.
and then upload them. It was just a whole different ball game.
A whole different
And,
way to play.
That is awesome.
Junior high had a ton of kids make the all region band, and again, those were all uploaded virtually. And junior high kids and virtual is interesting, having to upload all those
My
little
gosh.
recordings. And
I bet it'd been interesting to have Mr. and Miss Ellis virtual.
yes, and you know they would zoom in with their kids here and there, and then they would, like, you know, during our conference time when there's no kids in the band hall or after school, they'd come up for about 30, Mr. Ellis would, for about 30 minutes and, you know, kind of be across the room from them, just, you know, kind of being real safe and protective. And then this spring they had a bunch of soloists make state solo contests. I mean, they've just continued
That's
to keep
how
going.
you get auditoriums named after you, right there.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
That's it.
just
You know,
get out there
just
for the
wonderful.
babies, out there
Yeah.
for the kids.
When
And
you
then-
spend basically your whole life caring about somebody else's
Yep.
kids.
Yep, and that's a perfect way to describe them. It's just wonderful. So, you know, it's just wonderful that things have continued. Jacob did a great job with one act this year. We still got to have one act contest, and you know, those kids advanced to the next round and did a great job. And you know, our region specifically for one act it's kind of like the band region. It's the same schools. It's the same schools competing for those top spots, and they're all
That's right.
so good. And so it's just, I'm really
Everybody
grateful.
Everybody knows who's coming.
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah,
coming?
that's
Everybody knows who's coming to the
There you go.
game. So
Balance
Yep.
coming in.
you better
Yeah.
bring it.
And
Well,
so it's good.
Well, there you
Right.
go. Hey, y'all, it's Wednesday. There's our Ballinger Representative Day.
You bet.
Janet Wilson, representing Ballinger ISD, and of course the band program there in high school, and you oversee the junior high. Mr. Cleveland does
Yes,
it, but
he's
yeah.
in charge of. It's kind of one of those. He's my assistant at the high school, and I'm his at the junior high.
There you
know,
go.
we
See?
team teach everything. So
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing as much
Absolutely.
as you do. Love it. She always has more information than
what
just
you really
band.
mean is, please quit talking.
No.
about that.
No, this is
I'm
great.
kidding.
No. We're so grateful that you come in and do talk.
We talked 20 minutes while ago just about us.
Yeah.
So this is great.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
You know, hey, guys, check out the Ballinger's website for, I guess, any type of contest dates or anything that you're looking
Right.
for.
Yep. We definitely, Band Boosters have a Facebook page that we try to post really regular on and that kind of stuff too. So,
All right, go check it out,
Yeah.
y'all. We
That's
appreciate you. Hey, we're going to take us a short break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little nonsense, end this thing on another high note. You listen to the Jeff and Landy Morning Show, being brought to you by Ballinger Home Health and Hospice.
That's right.
Well, there we go, ma'am.
Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, man.
We're so glad you showed up and hung
No
out
problem.
with us.
Yeah, I told Jasmine, I was like, hey, our teacher's going to want you guys. I'm going to the radio. They're like, oh my gosh, are you scared? I was like, I literally have done this twice every year for 18 years, roughly.
I'm good.
Right.
I'm totally fine.
Those
with
guys,
it.
those guys over there are more like hanging out.
Yeah,
we're good.
I'm good at, I don't mind chit chat. It doesn't bother me a bit. So.
Oh, yeah, us either. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Well, we try to make people come in here and feel
uncomfortable.
like
That's perfect.
family, you know.
Yeah.
We really do.
Yeah.
And we've had some teachers come in here and they
Yeah.
sit down and they act like they're terrified of something.
Yes.
And
Oh, who is it? Always has the itinerary. One of the guidance counselors. She has an itinerary.
The
Every time she
lady
comes
that
in,
checks us out.
she hands us an itinerary. Like, here you go.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I guess we're talking about this today.
Yeah.
You know, which is
Well,
great.
you
I'm
know,
joking, but she
When
does
I
have it.
first started coming out here, there was a form we had to fill out, and at the bottom you had to list everything you were going to talk about, and it had to be turned in, and that's the script we stuck to.
Oh, honey, you come out here, we gonna roll with it.
And
Yeah.
after like 1 or 2 times, Toby was like, "Are you good if we don't do this?" I was like, "Yeah."
Did we have to fill it? Was it he filled out for us? Or y'all? Yes, and that's called the public file, and that is a legitimate thing. And we don't do it because we don't do it. This is why when the show is over every day and from
You
now
have to write things down.
until the 31st of this month, I will be working on public files since 2013.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
What?
Because they were done on and off. Not anybody.
But
Okay.
somebody could pull them.
In 2015, it's kind of some people's faults because they knew we were going online because you're supposed to upload them online now,
Oh.
and that we didn't.
Who was the weird guy before
So-
y'all?
Oh, yeah, he works out there in Miles now, so yeah, we know.
I did not talk real great with him.
No, not a lot of folks did. I didn't either. That's hence not here anymore.
It's pretty
You know,
hard
so-
for me to not be able to just make small talk with somebody.
Yes, I agree, and yep, that's why he's no longer with us
Yeah.
here at the studio
Yeah.
because he just
Who was that guy?
Scott Wisdom was his name.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, just not.
He didn't last very long.
No, he didn't. Well,
Wasn't
just
made for him.
Not this place
No.
was just not working. It was that was
Wasn't
not the
made for
direction we wanted to
Yep.
go.
Yep.
How about that?
Yep.
So yeah, so we got to do public files, and I have to upload them all because before, yes, they were just paper files, and you file them. That way, if the FCC ever walked in, where's public
They're
file?
right there.
That folder right there, and they pull it out and look at about 6 of them
And
and
they're
go.
like, good. Yeah.
Because the FCC is just trying to make sure that us as radio stations are following the whole "we're here for the community"
Yeah.
instead
Sure.
of, and that's what they're doing. So.
Yeah. Interesting.
No,
Well,
no,
they
it's
can-
really interesting. I'd be
They
doing a
can
lot of
just
typing.
download our file.
Like,
Download.
So could
I have to
if
type them all out.
if you still had people just fill out a little thing, could you just upload the PDF?
I have to transfer it over.
Oh, that's
Yeah, so I had to create a format because here's the thing: if it looks like crap, they're more than likely going to dig. It's like when you're looking for an inspector, right? I mean, if they catch something, they're
Is
going to
it
be looking at
empty
it going.
again?
And so I'm going to have to look at it, and after I created this professional looking template,
Right, so you can just fill in.
I just go fill it.
Yeah.
Now once we get it rolling, once I get past 2013 and on, I'm gonna be all right. It's just getting it done.
Getting it caught up.
Yeah,
Yep.
because my license kind of depends on it.
It's
So-
kind of important.
Kind of a big deal. We can do without,
But-
but they don't like it.
They
Yep.
just don't
Kids will be frowned upon with like $7,500 fines. You know,
That's all right.
I have
Tell 'em
$7.47
come get us.
in the bank account.
Tell
I
'em
can't
come
afford
get us.
$10,000.
What you gonna do? Put me in jail? Okay, then you gotta feed me.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah,
I
that's on you.
have got all kinds of issues y'all gonna have to deal with.
Yeah, feed me, clothe me. Yep.
You're gonna have to provide me my internet access.
That's
That's
right.
right. That is.
That's right.
I need my 3 hots in the cot. I need my flat screen TV. I need my Hulu.
I need my diddle.
Got
I
to see
need
my Real Housewives.
That's right.
That's right. It's important stuff in life.
That's it. That's all that matters. Well, thank you, man.
Sure.
As always,
Anytime.
you're great. Appreciate you.
Anytime.
Our ratings always go up when you visit, so thank you so much.
We go up to 3/10 or
Yeah,
4/10.
yeah.
Probably 4.
Ish.
Ish. We're narrowing the gap. We're
Yeah.
getting there. So,
All right, y'all take
thank
care.
you, man.
Thanks,
We'll see you.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right, about a minute. Come back and talk some BS.
All right, dude. Let's do it. Man, my back is freaking killing me today.
Well, who else we got still with? We got lots of folks still hanging out with us, man. We
11
appreciate
people.
you.
11 people, and nobody wants to talk to us.
I messed up the courageous true story of beer. I said not being made into a movie. I meant now being made into a movie.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's okay. It's okay. We'll fix that.
I can't see all the 10 people.
Decline.
Yeah. Don't be calling me now.
Yeah. Busy.
Sorry.
Oh, Luckenbach, Texas. Willie Whalen and the Boys.
Rochelle, thank you for
What's up,
waving.
Rochelle?
Thank you so much for waving. Hey, everybody that's watching us, down there on the bottom, there's a deal where you can put emojis up. Y'all pick one of them emojis and please use the last one a lot. You know, I'll show you what it is. It's that one right there. That's the one. That's the one we need.
Here we go.
Right there.
Lukenbach, Texas. Waylon Jennings and the boys on a way back Wednesday here in the Agriplex. Hanging out with Jeff Landy. It is the Jeff Landy Morning Show being brought to you by Ballinger Home Health and Hospice. Y'all, beautiful day today. Chance of rain, and that's why I say it's a beautiful day.
That's right.
Because we're going to get a 30% chance of rain. Mostly cloudy skies throughout the rest of the day. 73 degrees. Winds will be out of the east-northeast. Tonight, that rain chance will jump up to 60%.
Right.
Tomorrow, we're going to have partly cloudy skies, high of 73. Like I said, a little bit more sunshine.
Right.
Hey, that's good.
That's right.
Beautiful day, though.
We'll take that rain anyway. It won't, you know, really.
Oh, no doubt. We are...
Thank you, baby Jesus, for the
away.
rain.
Rain puts you in a good mood.
I'm telling
Let's
you.
see here. You start your morning out a little bit of rain, puts you in a good mood. Good cup of coffee puts you in a good mood.
That's right. That's right.
Jeff Landy
Breakfast,
Morning Show.
breakfast will put you in a good
Jeff
mood.
Landy Morning Show will make you go, huh?
Yeah, that kind
It
of
may step you down, but we try to put you in a good mood. Kind of, sort of, maybe.
that kind of puts a chokehold
What else?
on a mood.
What else
Yes.
will put you in a good mood? What else can you do? I don't know, Landy. At your house, Landy.
Yeah.
What else can you do that puts you in a good mood?
What else can I do?
It doesn't have to be morning. It can be when you get home at the end of the day.
Yeah. What else?
Like taking off your bra.
Well, you know,
Puts everybody in a good mood.
remember,
Especially mine. Mine tend to
yeah,
pinch.
Yeah. Well,
I pull my hair on my chest.
not gonna go there. Yeah. Gotta leave that one alone.
Yeah. Wife gets mad to stretch them out.
Yeah.
But anyway, what puts you in a good mood when you're at the house?
Oh, Looney Tunes.
Those don't exist anymore. They've been canceled. Next.
No, they still exist.
He's
You
like,
have
they exist at my house.
That's right. They exist at my house. I've got CDs and DVDs.
There you go.
Yeah, so I get to watch Looney Tunes anytime I want to.
You know,
and really and truly, you know, I've watched Bugs Bunny and Roadrunner for years and years and years and years and years, and the Coyote and the Roadrunner, and
Mhm.
you know, I have never ever wanted to drop a safe on anybody.
Now, I can say that I have wanted to drop a safe on somebody, but it's very impractical, so I did not.
Well, I couldn't figure out how to pick it up.
Yeah, I just mumbled under my breath and walked away.
Yeah.
Lots of y'all folks should have got a safe a long time ago.
And I'm telling you this right now, as much as I love catapults and how they work, I have never even wanted to be around one.
No.
That dude will come over and get you. It don't matter where you stand. You can be underneath it, back behind it, front of it, sideways.
According to Wile E. Coyote,
That's right. That dude will get you.
Catapults are the most dangerous item of weaponry to operate ever invented.
That's right. They need to make laws against
It's a wild card.
catapults.
Yeah. All right. Now, we all know that most of us spend a lot of time at home, and that's the reason why I asked this question of Landy. What puts yourself in a better mood? A lot of folks spend a lot of time at home. Actually, a lot of folks spending more time than expected,
That's right.
obviously, at
Yep.
home.
Yep.
So, what have you done to the place?
Right.
What have you done to your house, actually,
Right.
that will put you in a better mood, make you happy, or at least keep you sane? So, what have you added to your home?
Scrape paint.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's
And
kept you
try
in a
to-
good
well,
mood?
Yeah, you know, you go out there and you, of course, just the task of doing it, you have to do it. You know, occasionally you have to get that old paint off and put some more paint on.
Right.
But when you get done, it's like, man, it looks good.
We did a nice cosmetic remodel
Yeah.
of our living room, and that put everybody. That puts us in a good mood. Still to this day, when I look at it,
Yeah.
look, it's so pretty. Resale value is going up.
Yeah.
You know,
no,
anyway.
Actually, no.
Not really.
Yeah, it's kind of like tires on a car.
Right.
You put new tires on your car, does that make it worth more money? No,
makes it
it
ride
just kind of
Well,
get you down the road.
I asked that question because of course, America, Yahoo, they did a survey.
Really?
And they asked people what they do to their house to put themselves in a better mood.
Yeah, flowers.
Top three are set the temperature so it's comfortable.
Okay.
Which in my house, if my wife is cleaning, is about 64.
Right.
And I'm talking 64 the air conditioner.
Right.
Because when she's cleaning this time now, you better put it on above frigid,
Right.
or else it's going to be all hell to pay. Number 2, make sure it smells good. We have 3 dogs and 3 boys. That is a tall order.
That candle's got his work cut
Boy,
out
that
for it.
candle, yeah, those Dixieland candles I pick up from O'Case's Mercantile I should own
They-
stock in that company.
They own a strain.
They boy, that
strained
and
big time.
Febreze and the showers I make, boy
Yes,
howdy.
That's right.
I mean, it just smells like garlic and feet.
Yeah.
You know,
everywhere.
Once I walk past a certain point in the back towards the dungeon that is their room area.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, what is that smell?
Something dead back there.
Yeah, what died? Put them shoes outside, man.
My
Dang it.
Gosh.
Anybody number one, which kind of goes with all this, keep it clean.
Yeah.
The survey also found 2/3 of people have taken time in the past year to, there's Landy's and mines, try to fix up the place so it actually helps their mood.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, ultimately, you have to have paint on a house, you know, to keep it from deteriorating.
Yeah, you do.
And that's the paint's job, is to keep the wood from deteriorating. So, you know, when you start seeing paint crack, then you know that water's getting in there and the wood's starting to deteriorate. I'll tell you what, I have a tip for everybody that I have found this year. If you use enamel paint, you can take about a cup of boiled linseed oil and put in that enamel paint. Partner, when you paint something with that, that paint just into that old dry wood.
Sucks
that's on
up
it.
into
Yeah,
it.
that first coat, it looks like you didn't even put any paint on it.
Right?
And then the second coat, it covers pretty good.
It gets it good.
Yeah,
Well, there you go. So there's your little, the house we
tip.
built by Landy Casey.
yeah,
You know,
Well-
books available everywhere low quality books are sold.
yeah.
Right next
Two-page-
to Bill Hancock's latest vampire book.
Right.
He don't listen. He ain't paying no
Yeah,
attention.
ain't no paint.
All right, so this is pretty cool. This is a pretty cool story, and this sounds like something I might be part of, and I'd be excited to be part of if they came calling.
Right.
But the true story of a beer run during the Vietnam War is being made into a movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
and I got that all kinds of wrong on our little segment here because I put I thought it happened in World War II. I misread it, but Vietnam War. It's being made into a movie, and it's gonna star Russell Crowe, you know, from Gladiator.
Yeah,
Zac Efron, now a young
Right.
actor,
right.
and it's gonna be called The Greatest Beer Run Ever. Bill Murray is currently in talks to join the cast.
Oh,
As well.
no.
It's based on a book about a guy who left New York in 1967 and traveled to Vietnam to share some beers with old friends who were actually serving in the war.
Right.
Y'all, it is a true story.
He brought the beer.
Dude, that's a friend. That is a... Listen, man, it's been 6 months since we seen old Johnny and Bill. I want to head up to that. What is that called? Vietnam?
Yeah.
I'm going to go see them.
Roll
old
over to
boys.
Vietnam, see what they doing.
How
I'm taking a
crazy
case
is
of
that?
beer with me.
It's going to be directed by Peter Farrelly.
Yeah.
And who, if you don't know who he is, he actually directed the movie Green Book, which a lot of critics loved. And he did There's Something About Mary, Dumb and Dumber, and Kingpin.
Yeah.
Hilarious movies. All three of those bad boys are on my list of top funny movies I've ever seen.
Yep.
So he's going to be doing it. So I'm assuming it's going to run the line because Zac Efron's a pretty good comedic actor. Obviously, Bill Murray is. Russell Crowe can be funny. I've seen it before. So maybe it's going to be a comedy. I would hope.
Yeah.
You know,
It'll be
And
fun.
I'm excited. I'm excited about anything
That's
that
right.
involves a beer run to Vietnam.
That's right.
Heck, we'll head in on that one.
That's right. Given all those guys that were over there in Vietnam,
Oh, I know,
notice,
right?
Man, we're proud of you and we're glad you did what you did. You know.
Exactly.
We're sorry for the way you were treated when you came back, though.
Oh, isn't that horrible, man?
Yeah.
You know, it's just, and sadly, you know, life kind of repeats itself sometimes. You know,
That's
and
right.
that's just that's horrible. But and it's ridiculous and it's stupid.
That's right.
You know, and,
It is.
and-
It is. These guys are doing what they're told.
Yeah.
You know, and they signed up for X amount of time in their life to go do what they're told. You know, so if you're going to be mad about something, you need to be mad about the people that sent them over.
That's right. All
That's
day
right.
long. I mean, I get it. It's
That's right.
just it's stupid. And speaking of stupid, let's do some stupid criminals.
Uh-oh.
Let's head over to Quebec.
Quebec. Yeah.
Now, I believe, after looking through this, the cops had to see this one coming. A guy in his 30s,
Uh-huh.
he stole a police car in Canada. I thought they just rode on
I thought they
horses.
say I thought they rode on
Aren't
horses.
they mounted police?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, he stole it on Monday afternoon when the cops were responding to a crime.
Uh-huh.
Other cops spotted the police car on the highway and, well, they got into a chase which ended when the guy crashed into a concrete barrier.
Duh.
Good thing those were there. The cops swarmed him and tried to arrest him, but guess what? He got away.
There's
And-
no way.
And he stole their police car.
What?
So that led to another police chase. And this time they caught the guy, they arrested him, and they ended up not allowing him to steal another car. See, that's why you utilize horses.
That's right. That's right. Because I promise you, had he tried to steal the first horse, that horse did not know who he was and was not going to allow that to happen.
Oh, Canada.
Yes.
Oh, Canada. Let's go to Minneapolis, the Canada of the South.
Yeah.
Well, as we know, and we did here in town, a lot of folks are stocking up on Girl Scout cookies.
That's right.
Mm.
That's right. And they
Yeah.
put them in the freezer.
Thing is,
Save
though,
'em for later.
you're supposed to pay for them.
Uh-oh.
43-year-old guy named Joel. Well, he tried to steal a bunch of Girl Scout cookies because nothing says you're more of a man than stealing boxes of cookies from young girls.
Right.
Anyway, he tried to do it from a grocery store in Minneapolis on Saturday. And apparently a ton of them is what he was trying to steal. He snagged 23 cases from a loading dock.
What?
And there's 12 boxes to a case.
Yeah.
So that's 276 boxes worth about $1,250.
That's a felony, dude.
Yeah, it is. He didn't just grab them and go either. He took time to pick and choose and grab the variety of flavors he wanted, which apparently gave cops just enough time to arrest him.
Yeah.
They showed up as he was driving away.
Dude, can you imagine your rap sheet when you get to prison? What are you in here for? Dude, what?
Mhm.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
You were stealing what? You say that one more time?
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. It was
Hey,
traumatic.
The cops got it, they pulled him over, found in the backseat of the car was
Oh
loaded with
my
Girl Scout
gosh.
cookies. They also found 2 stolen license plates, some bolt cutters,
What?
a meth pipe, and some heroin.
Yeah.
Homeboy was, dude, meth, heroin, 2 license plates, and some bolt cutters. Dude was in for a heck of a night.
Yep.
And
boxes of Girl Scout
276 boxes of Girl Scout cookies.
Right.
Somebody was going to have them a heck of a time.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, how about this one? This never worked. I've seen this on Three Stooges. It didn't work then. But apparently these guys,
Try to pull it off.
yeah, 2 guys were busted on Sunday after they flew from Dubai to an airport in Southeast India with gold hidden under their toupees.
Okay.
Let's be honest, though. Everybody knows that hair pieces never really looked
Hair pieces.
all that natural. Right? Come on.
No.
And these guys' toupees looked even less natural. Why?
Because they had gold under them.
Thank you.
Yes.
The police at the airport in India got suspicious.
Imagine
When they
that.
saw the hair lifted up with gold,
Right?
searched the guys, and found gold in their wigs. After the cops kept searching and found more gold on the guys in the pockets. And another cavity.
Oh, my.
The 2 dudes had more than $382,000 worth of gold in various spots on their bodies.
Oh, my.
Here's my thing. You live in a country where it is completely acceptable and not even second guessing, or it's perfectly whatever you want to call it, to wear a turban.
Right.
Shove it under the turban, bro. How a toupee was your
Shave-
first go-to?
Shave your head and put it under the turban. It'll look natural.
The turban will sit up anyway.
Right.
Dude,
You could put
you know what?
$40,000 worth of gold in there.
Put your 10-gallon cowboy hat on there, Mr. John Wayne, you idiot.
Yeah.
You gonna put it under it? Does this look natural? No, but let's try it anyway. Don't worry.
Then they're gonna search him everywhere.
Don't worry, Ahmed. You're 6'4". Nobody will see.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's so
Probably just gonna
funny.
get in trouble for doing an accent. They're gonna get mad at me.
Yeah.
Cancel culture's gonna come after us.
Well, there's
Bring it.
That ignorance happens all over the world.
Yeah.
This is just the story we landed on.
That's it, man.
Sorry.
All right. How about some good news to finish up your way back Wednesday edition of the Jeff Landy Morning Show?
That's right.
Washington State. How about this? We had a teacher in studio. This one relates to that. A kindergarten teacher in Washington State. She is going viral, or he is, after he went above and beyond. Apparently what he did was he grabbed his laptop and took students on a virtual field trip to the zoo.
Yeah, we talked about that.
pretty cool.
Somebody else took a virtual field trip to
Well, there's a
monuments
teacher,
or something.
a teacher who spent her entire time where they were locked down,
Right,
filming segments at monuments,
right,
telling the history behind them, and then
Right.
sending it to their students.
right.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
All right, a police chief in Kansas challenges officers to make a positive impact
Right.
in their community every single day. Now, a photo is going viral after one of them found that a woman was dealing with health issues and he mowed her lawn.
That's cool.
Looking out for his neighbor right there.
That's
man.
right.
It's pretty awesome. Over this last weekend, a couple at an Outback, love me some Outback,
That's right.
in South Carolina, when they noticed a tattoo on her waitress's wrist. She told them it was her dad's handwriting from a letter he sent while he was in Iraq. So, on their bill, which was $58, they left her a $500 tip.
That's awesome.
And finally, a new survey found more than half of Americans has donated money to a good cause during this pandemic. 56% of us have donated to a charity in the last 12 months, and 1 in 7 have actually volunteered.
That's cool. You know, that's people reaching out, trying to help other people.
That is what you don't see on the news.
That's right. You can't keep us, U.S., from doing that.
All
Because
they're
that's what we're going to do.
I said we wouldn't talk politics, but I will end it with this. All we ever see is divide, 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 divide. We're seeing it right now with this shooting
right.
that just happened in Boulder, Colorado. Divide, 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 divide. But then, when you look at a study that was done where it shows you that 56% of Americans, that's over half, obviously, of Americans.
Yeah.
That's 170 million or less Americans
Yep.
have given to charity or donated money and time at some point
To
more
help
this
somebody
year
else.
than they have years prior.
Right.
That's the true story, and what mainstream media will not show
Well,
you.
they're scared to do that. They can't put that out there.
Because one good news story like that can unite so many people.
That's right.
And they don't do it because you cannot conquer us if you can't divide us.
That's right. That's right. You're not going to conquer us because we're not divided.
Wake up, America.
Yeah.
We're not as divided as the mainstream media is making it seem. Trust me,
That's right.
we saw it this weekend. We have seen it all over the place. Watch the news, Google it, and search it. It is
That's
not
exactly
what it
right.
appears to be.
That's right, people.
Read through the smoke screen. All right, y'all. That's going to do it for us. It is 9:54 here in the AM. Thanks to Janet Wilson for hanging out with us. Especially thanks to all of our friends and family of the Texas, the Regional Radio Country Music Awards,
Right.
T3R Awards. Awesome people. Glad to see y'all. Thank y'all for allowing us to represent y'all
That's right.
there in Arlington, Texas.
That's
and
right.
vice versa here in Ballinger.
That's right.
Because we represent those folks up there in Arlington.
That's right.
Thanks, man. We appreciate you.
Bye, y'all.
You guys have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yep.
All right, Facebook.
Hey, Facebook, thank y'all all so much for showing up today. We really appreciate it. Rochelle, thank you for the thank you for the thumbs up, and thank you for all the funny faces and stuff. I got to see that just before my phone died. Thanks everybody for just being here. Thank y'all so much for the support that we get from y'all, and we really love each and every one of you. And just we're so glad that y'all support us. And when we went there, we couldn't do anything but talk about y'all.
This is the truth of it. I mean, like I said, can't say any better than that. Thank y'all so much. Have a wonderful rest of y'all's Way Back Wednesday.
Bye, y'all.
Bye out.